It's been a bit of a slow week for news, which I think is ultimately a good thing. I just want to see what my favorite news anchor is talking about these days. You know, maybe there's some stories that I'm just missing. Maybe there's some facts, some truth bombs that I'm just missing out on.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson's on Happy Friday.
What's up, Tucker?
Do you
Thanks.
remember when you first
happy
heard
Friday to
about
you
the
too, champ.
Chinese Communist Party was deciding how many children people were allowed to have? There was state monitoring of pregnancy, there was forced sterilization, there was infanticide.
They should do more of that.
Scale.
They're not doing enough of that these days.
Liberals believed in personal choice. My body, my choice, they said. Government out of our personal lives.
He's leading somewhere. Where is he leading? I don't know, but he's leading us somewhere. He can't just come out the gate, off the bat, right? He can't just say something like ridiculous. He has to like lead you into it, like guide you in, kind of like groom you a little bit. And I'm getting groomed right now. I'm letting it happen.
That was a directive on what you were supposed to wear. The Biden administration declared a, quote, 100-day masking challenge to all Americans, and they informed you that it was your, quote, patriotic
like a
duty
TikTok challenge? I lost the challenge. Yeah, dude, the 100-day mask challenge is just like No Nut November.
Just 15 years before, politicians in both parties had publicly denounced the burqa as a symbol of oppression.
What?
Now you had one party demanding tissue paper burqas for the entire population, and the other party...
No way, you just called it tissue paper burqas. You guys might think Joe Biden is actually a Catholic Christian, but actually he's Sunni Muslim. He demanded enforced Islam.
They can control every aspect of your life, no matter how intimate. And of course, now they do, because they want to. As you've probably read by now, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has suggested the government will soon ban gas stoves. Now,
oh, what is that image? Oh, what the fuck is that, dude? This is insane. This is fucking deranged. I love this. I love this so fucking much. There's no context. It is so schizophrenic. It's like you took a picture of like a chair and said, come and take it. That's how little sense this makes. Come and take it, liberals. You can't take my gas stove from me. Come and take it from my cold, dead hands. Actually, they'll be warmed up by my gas stove. Can't believe they control whether or not I wear a seatbelt, right? They shouldn't be allowed to do that. They should not be allowed to enforce something so stupid like that. This whole argument about gas stoves is fucking hilarious to me because I've never seen like something so bizarre where it's just like one side is so detrimentally paranoid of something that just isn't even like real.
Gas stoves have been a staple of American kitchens for more than a century. You may have one in your home.
I love this.
You may have grown up with one.
They want us to stop cooking with twigs, bro. They want us to stop doing that thing where we rub two twigs together and we make a fire. They want us to stop doing that. They say it's outdated. These liberals are out of control. Rubbing sticks together to make a campfire to cook food on has been a staple of the human condition for hundreds, even thousands of years. And then now Joe Biden suddenly wants us to no longer do that. Cringe. I personally will be making a fire in my cave and writing little pictures on the wall. And you can't fucking stop me, Joe. Imagine Joe Biden's like, I want to replace your stove with a newer, nicer version. And you're like, no, you fucking can't. They're finding a way to be reactionary without having anything to react to. That's what's so funny is like, sometimes there's something to react to, but the funniest episodes of like Tucker Carlson or like random conservative Twitter, it's peak is when there's nothing to react to. So they just start making up shit in their brain. They're like, what if Joe Biden tried to take our stove? Now, I know he's not trying to take our stove, but what if he did? Then what? Then what would happen? He can't take my stove. You won't take my stove. It's like the most paranoid, delusional thought. And I fucking live for it, man. It's so funny.
Well, as the Washington Free Beacon has reported, government regulators are citing a study from a group called the Rocky Mountain Institute. And the Rocky Mountain Institute recently partnered with the Chinese to implement a economy-wide transformation. The Chinese government, by proxy, gets to decide how you cook your dinner, what appliances you're allowed to have in your own kitchen. That's right, declared the Washington Post, and it's a good thing.
They did say that.
The hidden hazards of these appliances, the Post declared, with obvious relief, is finally getting attention. Finally! We've been waiting for it!
I think it's a weird thing to even say hidden hazard of those appliances, because I feel like it's been a known thing for a while that gas stoves, like, bro, you leave that shit on without it being lit, there's a gas leak, your house blows up. You fucking die. Even if you don't light a match, you're inhaling that shit. I feel like that's been common sense though, right? Like, don't leave the stove on. We're all fucking gonna die if you do that, little Timmy. Like, don't be a dumbass. Don't be a fucking dipshit. This is so fucking funny to me. They didn't even say anything about gas stoves until there was a big right-wing outcry about it. Isn't that fucking awesome? It's like nobody said anything. Nobody was saying anything to you. I've seen multiple images, like these boomer ass images of like, you can't take my gas stoves from me. You will not take my gas stove from me. And I didn't see a single person being like, yes, I will. I will take your gas stove from you. This is what mental illness looks like.
Well, unfortunately for the Washington Post newsroom and the Biden administration, and most of all the Chinese government, not everyone in
It can't just be that liberals want to take away your gas stove. It has to be that liberals want to take away your gas stove because the Chinese Communist Party does not want you to have a gas stove. Because that somehow makes more sense. It literally cannot be that, oh yeah, the liberals just want to take this away from you because they're so liberal. It has to be a plot by the Chinese government. Understand how big of a win this would be for China. If we all stopped using our gas stoves, China would be the real winner.
Many people kind of like gas stoves, and they were pretty annoyed, thank heaven, that someone might want to take them away on the basis of one piece of garbage science pushed by the Chinese government. So the whole ban your gas stoves thing became a PR disaster for the Democratic Party, and they responded accordingly. No, they didn't pull back and say, oh, we're not going to take away your gas stoves. No, they pretended it never happened.
Because it didn't fucking happen. They didn't pull back and say they're not going to take away your gas stoves. They actually gaslit you. Funny little pun there. They gaslit you into thinking that they never even said it to begin with.
Is an illiterate mouth breather and possibly a dangerous QAnon militant. The problem is not that we're taking your gas stoves, it's that you're worried that we might take your gas stoves. You freak!
Dude, I love to imagine that he actually thinks that he actually thinks that somebody else is just saying that to him. You freak. That's what Joe Biden's actually saying to you.
Culture war nonsense, the imaginary ban on gas stoves that they're all getting.
Wait, what is this? Can someone, dude, read the subtext. Dude, this is on MSNBC. Read the subtext. Nah. This can't be on mainstream news. No, they did not have subtext saying Fox freaks out over comic featuring a pregnant Joker. What the fuck? We're in too deep. No, we gotta back up. No, man, the internet was a mistake. The internet was such a fucking mistake. We should have never had access to that shit. Whoa. This is actually what mainstream news is. It's somebody doing something stupid or funny, like making pregnant Joker, and then it's one political group on TV reacting angrily to it, and then the other political group picks that up and is like, can you believe they're reacting angrily to this thing? And then you step back and realize, holy shit, we're like 3 layers removed from something that is pregnant Joker. We're 3 layers removed from pregnant fucking Joker. And that's what I'm watching on mainstream television news. And somebody's being paid millions of dollars to fucking do this. Holy shit. And God, do I love it. The news cycle is designed to be the most abhorrent, like scary thing possible to keep your attention. And if the scariest thing they can talk about is pregnant Joker, we're having a good week.
Right-wingers who had nothing else to worry about just one day decided to create a moral panic about gas stoves. They just imagined that someone might be coming for their gas stoves.
Yes, that is literally what happened. Wait, he's actually spitting here.
GOP thrusts gas stoves, Biden's green agenda into the culture wars. Oh, not the culture wars.
I love this laugh. It's so fake.
Probably true that most conservatives would be
so bad.
Happy not to talk about culture at all. People would just leave their culture alone and stop intruding into it and telling their children who to have sex with.
Yeah, they
disrupting
do that. That happens. The Democrats are trying to take away your gas stoves. Don't forget that. They're coming for your gas stoves. They want your gas stoves. Why do they want your gas stoves? Joe Biden wants them all to himself. That's right. Joe Biden wants to take your gas stoves and keep them for himself. He wants to do all the cooking. No more cooking for us, all the cooking for them.
Fake science about the health risks of natural gas pushed by the Communist Party of China. Now, why would China push fake
That's
science
a great question.
like that?
That's a great.
Maybe because
what
the
is
United
China
States has
to do with
some
any
of
of
these
this?
biggest natural gas reserves in the world. And if we can be convinced not to use those gas reserves, we will be weak and they will be strong.
Then we'd just sell them and make a fuck ton of money. It's not like we'd stop using natural gas. We would just sell the natural gas and then, in theory, possibly even be richer. If we sell it to a different country, we can sell it for more money. No, but he is right, though. But he is onto something here.
But for the left, of course, kowtowing to China comes instinctively, but it's bigger than that. The real instinct here is that banning things other people like and enjoy.
What is this? What is this, man? Ban them all. What is this? Cigarettes and gas stoves.
The purest expression of power. When you can snatch someone's pleasure away, you feel like God.
Is he saying his pleasure is his gas stove?
The rush of telling people they're not allowed to do something is just irresistible to certain sorts of people, to weak people, pathetic people, who cluster together in what's called the Democratic Party for warmth. And your average leftist is weak and afraid inside. And so the party is the most important thing, not the individual, the party. Together we are strong. Apart we are powerless. Turns out some people like menthol cigarettes.
No. Oh, why does he do this? Why does he do this? This is not helping your argument, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, menthol cigarettes, but some people like them. Particularly poor people. They like them. Don't have a lot of pleasures. Menthol cigarettes are one of them. But they can't have them anymore. They're being banned.
Have you ever met anybody who's been like addicted to smoking? Like they hate it. They hate it more than people who aren't. It's not like a pleasurable thing for them. It's a calming to them because they're addicted to it, but they're not happy about the fact that they are reliant on it. In fact, they're like grossed out by that. The fact that they don't have control over their body and their needs to that degree. Like they're so powerless. When we're talking about like the purest expression of power, that's what that looks like, is when a cigarette has that much power over your life. Not when a government wants to ban cigarettes or like tax them heavily or like put a label on them that says might cause cancer, by the way. But actually the poor people love the cigarettes. The poor people, they yearn for the mines and they yearn for a nice cigarette.
But they can't have them anymore. They're being banned. Menthol cigarettes cause cancer. Shut up. Well,
You're not real. That's like something I would pretend that Tucker Carlson said. That is some fake shit I'd make up. Like, menthol cigarettes cause cancer. Shut up, racist. That's what they'll say to you, the liberals. Tell me this is not awesome. Like, there's a reason he's the #1 news show on TV, because he's just the best at it.
But nobody cares what menthol smokers think. They're at the bottom of our caste system. They're poor, so no more pleasure for them. Menthol cigarettes are out, along with the many small businesses that sell them. Watch.
Can you guys spare a tear for menthol cigarettes? Can you spare a tear for the creators and the distributors of menthol cigarettes? Can we have a moment of silence? God damn. The guys who like lobbied Congress and paid millions of dollars to scientists to fake studies and then falsely advertised on TV for years and caused probably hundreds of thousands of excess deaths that were unnecessary. Possibly more. I'm being generous. Can we spare a tear for those guys? Because they're having a rough season.
But boy, do they hate tobacco. And it's not because it causes cancer. They don't care about your health. They closed the gyms during COVID.
They want to ban cigarettes, and not because it causes cancer. That's actually unrelated.
Clearly doesn't care about your health at all.
True. Exactly. They hate you.
They love THC. They're promoting weed to your children, but they're not letting you use tobacco. Why do they hate nicotine? Because nicotine frees your mind, and THC makes you compliant and passive. That's why.
What? 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 Nicotine frees your mind. Weed makes you compliant and passive. They want you to smoke more weed and less nicotine. And not because it causes cancer. That's just not true. He just kind of says things that don't make any fucking sense. A lot of creative people, massive potheads. Maybe it doesn't help everyone, right? But the people who it does help swear by it. You don't see people being like, let me smoke a cigarette so I can like creatively open my mind. They might say, let me smoke a cigarette because I'm fucking shaking and I'm nervous. But they won't say, let me smoke a cigarette to help me creatively right now. Get the creative juices flowing. I've never heard that one. I'll be honest. That's a new one to me.
Banned the use of plastic straws. Now, why'd they ban plastic straws? You know, there's a reason for this. But we can't remember what it is. To be fair, neither can Kamala Harris.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should.
Yes. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. It's really difficult to drink out of a paper straw when if you're just, like, if you don't gulp it down immediately, it starts to bend.
Even if you do, bro, like that shit around your lips feels awful. I hope the turtles fucking die. I don't give a shit, man. I hope all the sea life dies. I will kill them myself. I will personally kill every single creature that resides in the ocean if it means that I can use a plastic straw. If that's the price of climate change, of like making sure that like these animals, these ecosystems are surviving, is a price too high, I'm not paying it.
Only you decide what goes into your body. Period. That's the promise of America. And if we don't stand up for that and say, no, come and get it.
Come and get my menthol cigarettes,
to be made
Joe.
fun of by MSNBC. Oh, you're obsessed with gas stoves. No, you're obsessed with gas stoves, buddy. You're obsessed with controlling my life, and I'm not going to let you. Come and take it. How's that?
Wait, that's so schizophrenic. Nobody says anything. The room's fucking quiet. Tucker stands up. You can't ban my fucking gas stoves. You can't take them away from me. Come and fucking take them. And someone says, why are you so obsessed with gas stoves all of a sudden? What are you fucking talking about? What's going on? And he's like, no, you're the one obsessed. You're obsessed with gas stoves. It's you. That is what schizophrenia looks like. POV, you are arguing with a schizophrenic man who thinks you're trying to steal his gas stove.
So now they're banning laundry detergents, because those are dangerous too.
What?
Incandescent light bulbs. They're also on the way out. The Department of Energy has just banned them. They look too good. So now you're stuck with some.
Do they?
They make up these insane laws because it makes them feel like Jesus. That's the truth. In Massachusetts now, you can't throw out your old jeans and your old socks anymore. It's a civil offense to dispose of textiles. It makes you want to go and just throw T-shirts all over Martha's Vineyard just to break the law.
I hate those liberals. I'm going to start throwing T-shirts everywhere. I'm just going to start throwing socks around to piss off the liberals. I'm just going to start throwing clothing items all over the fucking place. These fucking liberals think they can control my life. This has got to be one of the most unhinged Tucker Carlson segments I've actually seen in a while. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, sometimes they're not this bad, but this is crazy.
The country has banned shower heads that work and toilets.
What? You gotta elaborate on that one. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. The country has banned the shower heads. It's like, you got one in your bathroom, right? Are you breaking the law right now? Like, what are you talking about? Ban toilets? Yeah, they banned toilets too. What are the liberals gonna ban next, huh? Water? You gonna ban water next? No menthol cigarettes. You gonna ban fucking air, huh? Can I no longer breathe?
You can't have a gas stove, but they can drive drunk.
They get to drive drunk. What's up with that? First of all, what are you saying? Second of all, would that be a good thing if everyone got to drive drunk? I don't understand. Do you want to drive drunk? Bro, it's the bad drivers that make the drunk drivers look bad. I keep saying this because most people who are good drivers and they're drunk, they drive just fine.
And I don't count drunk driving as a felony.
Whoa, wait a second. And that's why I voted for him. God bless. That's why he's in office. That's why I will vote for him again. That's why I will vote for him every single year, because maybe he actually makes some good points. And driving drunk ain't even that bad, too. It's literally the bad drivers. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think this is one of those crazy ass Joe Biden clips that was like before he was president, where he was just fucking saying anything to get elected. And I guess that was one of the things he thought would be super dope to say. I guess he thought, like, there's a lot of drunk drivers out there that'll love when I say this. I need to win the drunk driver vote. If I don't win the drunk driver vote, there's no way I'm winning this presidency.
This is a
I'm sorry.
country that was founded because people didn't want to pay a tea tax, and so they started a war.
You think that America was founded because we didn't want to pay a tea tax. And it had nothing to do with the Boston Massacre or literally anything else that had happened. It was just the tea tax. That was the reason. They were just charging us too much. Gotta love that second grade education. Yeah. Know your demographics.
And a lot of Americans, we hate to say, particularly affluent ones, particularly affluent middle-aged women living in cities, not to be too specific, are totally for this.
That's crazy. Tucker Carlson said every single group I don't like is responsible for taking away your gas stoves. That includes the Chinese, the Biden administration, and middle-aged white women. At least that third one, I'm right there with you, baby. Let's go. The worst kind of group. Oh my God. They are genuinely the worst.
The New York Times published an op-ed from a woke American woman who spent 16 years living in China. What does she miss about China? She misses the Communist Party of China co-parenting her children. The girls' Chinese kindergarten lectured us on everything, including how many hours our daughters should sleep, what they should eat, and their optimal weight. The Communist party fat shamed this lady's kids.
Yeah, they told us what the optimal weight was, or like BMI. It's fucked up. It's fucked up that they said that. My kid should be obese, and I have that right. Just like the owners of cats on r/chonkers, I have the right to make my kid fat as fuck. God damn it, it's free country. And he will be smoking menthol cigarettes.
Okay, that is un-American. That person is sick. And if you don't recognize how sick that person is, if you long for a fascist government to call your little girls fat, you're a sick person, okay?
Oh my God, bro. Usually I have to pay women to talk to me like this. Holy shit. You're doing it for free? For a free, Tucker? You're talking to me like this for free? You are sick and demented. Kill yourself now. That was actually a wild fucking ride. I respect that. I respect someone who's confident enough to come out there and just charge headfirst into the most deranged shit I've ever seen.